And there's no refusing to give information as I'm not required because I haven't committed a crime.
Okay. Well,
just because you make contact with me,
any business owner can put anybody.
This isn't a business.
They want to.
This is state probation. That means it is a public space.
You can still put people on trespassing.
Yeah, if they've committed a crime.
Okay, I'm just trying to explain, sir. I'm trying to. You guys come in. I'm just trying to talk to you guys.
I'm trying something that doesn't.
I'm trying.
We're trying to explain to you.
Okay, but there's. Okay, I'm trying.
So
I'm just listen.
Quiet, so he can't.
Can I speak? I mean, I'm just trying to have a cordial conversation. My demeanor is fine. I'm not having an attitude with you guys at all. I respect what you do.
What is up, Audit Cops crew, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Mike, and today we've got a video that is a masterclass in citizen accountability. We always ask the question, what happens when a regular person armed with nothing but a camera and knowledge of the law comes face to face with authority? Today, we're not just seeing one encounter, but a series of them, each one escalating in a different way. We're going to break down these intense moments, analyze the tactics used on both sides, and most importantly, we're going to pull out a powerful lesson that every single one of us needs to understand. You ready? Let's roll the clip.
We're here to help somebody if they want to tell us, but he refuses to tell us anything.
Am I required to answer your questions?
There we go. That's.
Am I required to answer his questions because he asked me something? I don't think so.
What's your name, sweetie?
I'm not going to tell you.
You gotta tell me your name.
I do not.
Yes, when I get out with you, you have to tell me your name.
That's not true. Get your supervisor. What's your name and your badge number?
My name is Officer Bates. My badge number is 625. Would you like to speak with my supervisor?
Either your supervisor or your watch commander, one of the two. I know that's not your policy. I got all day. And are you aware that you can't be trespassed from a public space without committing a crime first?
If you could you head to Probation Roll in South Dallas? You're requesting a second run.
Step on the right, please. Yeah.
He's on his way.
And there's no refusing to give information as I'm not required because I haven't committed a crime.
Okay. Well,
just because you make contact with me,
any business owner can put anybody.
This isn't a business.
They want to.
This is state probation. That means it is a public space.
You can still put people on trespassing.
Yeah, if they've committed a crime.
You're trespassing. Like they don't want to hear it.
Okay. It's a public space. Can't be trespassed.
My supervisor's on the way.
I heard you the first time you said it. Yeah, I don't want to get charged for pedestrian in the roadway. Ma'am, are you willing to tell me your name? They were excellent.
Hello.
Excellent enough to see that when my lawyer sees that I was upstairs in a public space at a state probation office when I was accosted by probation officers because I refused to answer their questions that I'm not obligated to answer. We're going to have fun.
All right.
Just because you work for the state doesn't mean I have to answer your questions. It's called abuse of power.
I'm busy for Wednesday.
Okay.
004
123.
I'm trying to take some documents to the lawyer's office. Every time I go there, get a call. I had to turn around.
Just get back on the door. He ain't gonna know.
I might just call and be like, can I fax this to your office?
Oh yeah.
I can't make it up there.
We don't know. He refused to say. We're like, can we help you? And he's like, I don't have to tell y'all.
Because it's a
If you're up
public
here in the
space.
probation office, then you have to tell us. If you don't have business to be at the probation office, then why are you here? He's like, I refuse to tell you. So, well, then who are you? He refused to identify who he was. So we're not sure he may be a threat to the office. So we're like, sir, you need to explain to what you. I refuse to tell. Well, if you have no business here, because it's report day, we have people in them. They're causing a commotion in the hallways, which safety reasons we have to keep the hallways clear. He refused to move, refused to do anything. Well, then you need to step outside. I don't have to go outside. Yes, you do. And we score more place on trespass. You talk to the police on trespass. So I mean, we can help people, but if you don't tell us what you need, then it makes no sense. It's stupid.
Now it's stupid. Excellent.
I mean, we're there to help you, and if you tell us what it is you
Officer
need.
Bates, is this not a public space?
This is a
State probation
It's a
office,
county
correct?
building.
It's a state probation office, which is upstairs, and it's a county
It's a
building,
county
correct?
building.
Which means it's a public space.
No, it's just like if you're standing in the courthouse and the bailiff says you need to leave the building, they can.
The
you can
bailiff is
arrest them.
only confined to the courtroom. There's a state statute that,
No, they can make you leave the building.
that they cannot make you leave the building.
Your law degree, that's not right.
I never said I have a law degree, so don't make assumptions.
You're making assumptions.
I'm not. I'm educated on the purpose. I just
Not
left the
really.
courthouse doing the same exact thing.
Okay.
And you know why the officer didn't say anything?
Because you got.
Because the First Amendment protected activity.
What is?
Videotaping and recording in public.
Yeah, you can do that. That's no big deal.
And I came into that office with a purpose, which is why I went to
What's
the
the
window.
purpose?
Did she not say that
What's
I came
the
to speak to
purpose?
Sterling Hill, Agent Sterling Hill's supervisor?
We're all his supervisors, all the way up the chain.
Okay.
And
And
that's
we
the
said,
thing,
what
he
can
was
you-
asking, what can we help you with?
Well,
You
at that
refuse to
point-
say.
at
you
that
refuse
point-
to say.
no.
You refuse to say.
Yeah.
So you have no business if you
Because
won't tell us.
because you didn't say you were his supervisor. I'm not just going to disclose information to
I
anyone.
told you who I was.
Agent in charge.
See, you didn't listen.
I heard exactly when
You
you
didn't
said it.
listen.
That's your opinion.
You didn't listen.
That's your opinion. At that point, you had
We're here
already
to help
had.
you. Our job is to help people.
Your
with
job
their
isn't to
needs.
help anyone. Hi. If you don't mind, I'm going to step over here because I don't like you standing behind me. Thank you.
I don't like people standing
Yeah.
behind
What's
me.
your name and your badge number?
Officer Wagner, 642.
Is there a reason you don't have a name tag?
This. I don't wear the. Well, I forgot to put it on.
Cool. Where's your state ID? You're required to wear it at all times in public also. Okay.
See, wrong book. Kellogg.
It's not in the book, it's in a handbook.
Oh, a handbook. There you go.
Alright guys, so I'm here at the corner of South Tower, West Church, 313 West Church at the South Carolina Probation Parole, Anderson County. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, cool.
Edward Baxter, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Shown valid and clear. He's clear off of the TIC. Also found an ID out of South Carolina. Yeah.
Who's supervisor you say you needed to see?
Agent Sterling Hill.
Sterling.
Sterling S. Hill to be exact.
I'm the agent in charge. He's assistant agent in charge. When I asked him said he would speak to the supervisor, said, okay, what's your name? And that's when he started to refuse.
Because I'm not required to tell you my name. That's the gist of it. Just because you say so, I'm not required to.
We need to know who a person is before we talk. I mean, it's safety.
You work for the people. You don't have to know someone's name to talk to them. Are you required to know someone's name before you talk to them?
Yeah, we have a call for service. We're required to.
If it's not a call for service, are you required to know someone's name to talk to them?
If I don't have a call for service, I'm not going to walk up to some random person and try to ask for somebody.
Exactly.
When you came to the office, that made a call for service.
You didn't have a purpose.
Yeah, you called us up there.
Yeah. I didn't call anyone. I walked up there. You chose to walk out. The officer was just butthurt because he saw the camera and I refused to answer his questions. Hey Trey, if you don't mind, can you get Merritt Webb on, please?
Oh, you wear a camera on your chest too?
Yep.
So you got two of them?
Yep.
Okay. I've never seen that.
I normally wear it on my shoulder.
I'm just asking out of pure interest.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah. It was darker inside, so I ended up having to wear it on my chest rather than on my shoulder and catch the shadow from my head.
You get a better
Yeah.
clarity.
Yeah. So I really don't even care about that. She's basically telling me that I need to ID, and I haven't committed a crime. This isn't a stop in an ID state. And just because you received a call for service or a suspicious person still doesn't constitute.
We know what this is all about, that you're trying to draw the officers in and saying that they're violating your rights. But here's what the deal. They want you on trespass from here. Okay?
For what reason? What
You have to ask them. We don't
can you articulate the crime that I've committed? Because he says that I don't have to commit a crime.
To the office, said, and he told the lady up front.
No, he told you to ask for me to ask you.
She said that he said, I want to speak to Sterling Hill's supervisor, and they asked him, what his name is, and this is how I got involved. I'm the assistant agent, aren't you? And they said he's video and he won't tell the name. So I come up there and we're like, who are you here to see? I don't have to tell you that. Well, what's your name? I don't have to tell you that. I'm like, well, are you on probation? I don't have to tell you that. I'm like, well, if you're not on probation and you won't tell us who you are because the safety we have a lot of people report that you need to leave the building. I don't have to leave the building. Sir, you need to leave the building. We're going to place you on trespass. You won't tell us what you need, what you're about. Just, I want to talk to this person. We don't know if it's a setup on somebody, he's going to assault a supervisor. We don't know. He won't tell us anything. So for safety, then you need to leave the building. It's in law enforcement, up there. And he said, I'm not leaving the building. You step outside and place you on trespass. Said, come on, let's go. He come down there and he said, I don't have to leave the building. We said, go. Started to close the door. He grabbed the door. Said, no, I don't have to leave the building. He pulled back on the door to try to forcibly enter the building. And that's when we called. Said, we're going to call the city. He said, we'll call the police. They come up here and tell you I don't have to leave. And that's why we called. And but we want to know how can we help him to begin with, but he won't explain anything. And that's where we're at now.
So here's what's happening is, I'm not sure if you all saw that video. There's several guys going around, and I'm just going to be honest, and I know you're recording me because I'm recording you. What they're trying to do is they're trying to draw law enforcement in to say that we're violating their rights. First Amendment rights.
Right.
And they're trying to draw you in with the First Amendment and Fourth Amendment and all that good stuff. So that's what that's
Okay. We don't know. I hadn't seen anything.
I agree with you. I agree with you. You don't know, and you're dealing with a whole lot of people here. Yeah. I totally agree with you.
The principle is I'm not required to answer your questions in public. One, I'm not a probationer. I'm not on parole. I'm not required to answer your questions. Two, it's a public space. Three, you put your hands on me to remove me from a public space, which you didn't have. Did you not touch me? Did you touch me in the process?
Come on, let's go.
You're not answering the question. Did you touch me in the process?
Do what I was like.
Yeah, because I don't have to do what you say. That's what you don't understand. I don't have to do what you say. You have no governing authority over me.
But anyways, that's why we're here.
Again, I'm not going to ID, and I'm not going to be placed on trespass because it's a public
That's what I'm
space.
saying. Is this some Homeland Security thing? I don't know.
Would you like to see the paperwork? Homeland Security gives us the authority to record government entities.
That's where
So
we're at.
they've been, it's like I said, there's a couple of them circling around. They've been down to the courthouse.
I was just there 30 minutes ago because we have the right to do so.
They've been down to the courthouse. They've been down to our police department. They've recorded county officers. And again.
And I respect your opinion. You feel like we're baiting you in, and I necessarily don't. Like I said, I came in here with the purpose to. That's what I said, and I respect your opinion. And there's some of us that do, but I didn't. I actually came in here with the purpose to see a supervisor, but someone asked me how can they help, and I said no, you can't, because I didn't want to speak to that person. He wasn't the supervisor in charge. I knew he wasn't. So because he didn't have on the proper uniform. I've never seen a supervisor of any of the probation officers in South Carolina that wear a uniform. They always dress casual like you guys.
Because our policy is we're like a business attire.
Okay. Again, what was he the supervisor though? Exactly.
So you didn't know. Again, you didn't.
I mean,
know.
well, I guess my assumption was correct, but it was correct.
No, it was incorrect.
Okay.
Okay. But anyway.
So like I said, we just let them record.
Am I being placed on trespass?
As far as I'm concerned, no.
Thank you.
We just let them record, but we do keep.
Am I free to go?
All right. Well, let's listen. Let's calm it down. Can I step out, sir? All right. Well, come on. Let's. All right. Let's. All right.
So you didn't have red and blue lights flashing?
I understand. They weren't flashing. They were. It was on steady burn. There was the outside, just steady burns were on. A red one and a blue one. There was a quick picture taken, and they went right back off. Like I said, there was no intent on trying to pull anybody over. The car wasn't in motion. We were on a public street. I understand this is a public. Okay, I'm just trying to explain, sir. I'm trying to. You guys come in. I'm just trying to talk to you guys. I'm trying.
Something that doesn't.
We're trying to explain to you.
Okay, but there's. Okay, I'm trying. I'm just listen.
So he can't.
Can I speak? I mean, I'm just trying to have a cordial conversation. My demeanor is fine. I'm not having an attitude with you guys at all.
Right.
I respect what you do. Okay, I completely respect that.
Yeah.
However, I'm just asking for a little bit of reasoning for why. I'm trying to explain to you that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it wasn't. Again, I'm just saying that there wasn't an intent to pull anybody over or to do anything like that. It wasn't like we were in motion. I understand what you're saying. And he's a young kid. You want to take a picture of the car with it like that, okay? Generally, it's set up for private car shows, and that's what it is.
But that right there is the difference. Private property.
I understand that, and that's why it was a quick on and off. It was just one quick shot, you know.
It could also be a warning, but that has to give a license. You can't go no.
Okay.
It's like a traffic stop.
I understand, and that's why I stepped out to talk to you guys to kind of de-escalate things. See how I'm talking to you?
You're not de-escalating anything. You're just adding to it. Okay.
How am I adding to it, sir? What's your okay name, badge number?
Sheldon Rentmeester, badge 534.
Name, badge
Are you
number?
Involved? Is this your car?
Why does it matter?
Is this your car?
I have a First Amendment right to talk.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
You also have the right to let him do his business. Okay. If he's talking to him,
all I'm going to do is I'm going to take down his name for my report, so that if we get a report later on,
that's perfectly
trying
fine.
to pull somebody
But
over.
can you guys please listen? I understand your job. Okay.
Are you dad? Are you family? Are you involved?
Why?
Because right now he's trying to conduct business.
I understand that.
I'm just
okay.
trying to talk to this guy.
Okay.
Are you related to him somehow?
Just
or?
carry about with him.
All right. Fair enough. So I'm going to need your driver's license, partner.
At the end of the
Can
day,
you step back, give me some space, please? Step back and give me some space, please. Step back and give me some space, please. That's fine. I'm going to step back then. You're invading my personal. In fact, move away from my car with your gun, please.
Okay, can I see your
Move away from my car with your gun, please.
I can't. I'll give you my name.
I'm trying to talk to you now. So the reason for this,
I understand your reason. You don't have to cop-explain this to me. Okay, you're shaking. Why are you shaking?
That's great. All right, let's start with that.
Your hand was shaking on your mag clip.
on my mag clip.
Yes.
Okay.
Your little mag holder right there. You're still shaking right there. Your hands are shaking, guy. Calm down, dude.
I'm calm.
Then why are you shaking?
Because I'm trying to explain this to you.
Then you can calm down. I'm not being confrontational at all. My name.
My name's Sheldon.
Okay, that's great. My name is Doe.
Fine, so you
I
guys
understand
can
what
get
you're
that
doing,
out of your
and I
system.
understand. That's why I said turn them on real quick for a
car was
photo and
fucking
turn them right
parked.
back off.
Which I
It might have been a dumb idea.
You said you drove
okay,
this a little bit.
Yeah, I understand.
So you
that.
understand the
I
big thing is,
understand.
it's private property.
I know, and that's why I said normally when we go to car meets, it's completely private.
And I
You don't need to give
what's your
name.
date of birth?
He said I need to because
No, you
I drove
don't.
the car here.
No, we're
Hang on,
done.
man.
We're done.
I'm not
We're done with
talking
that.
to you.
You haven't committed a crime. There's no need to
That's
ID
what
yourself.
I said.
I just said let them fucking go away. They're wasting their fucking time.
Okay, just calm down. Let him do the warning thing, but you have no part of this.
She does because she just admitted she drove this vehicle. This is a marked police vehicle.
Where is it?
With red
No,
and white
it's not. It
lights.
doesn't say police
Okay.
anywhere. It doesn't have
And
to.
in the state of Ohio, the law says it has to
I
have a
looked
police
it up. I
department
looked it
name
up.
on it.
I know what I'm
I know what the RC
It's
code
a-
is
it's
on it.
fine.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Okay.
But-
So,
Commit
but
no
either way,
crime.
can we just de-escalate? Do your thing, guys. I'm done. Okay, we're good. I understand it, dude.
As
So,
far as, but you understand, so the big difference here, private versus public
and
property, with you being on
like I
public
said, we
property.
always do this
I don't know
on
why
private
it's so
properties, the car
hostile.
shows, because
I
it's
agree.
just walk away. Just walk away.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Just walk. Just go sit in the car, honey, please.
I
Okay,
support
so-
private property.
Have fun.
I think
And
having
again-
it as a show car is a cool thing. I
Yeah,
don't
and that's
disagree with
all
that
it is, man.
whatsoever.
It's a cool thing to do for the car shows. You know what I mean?
But
And we 99.99999% time have always done it on private property. There's never been an incident ever before. Like I said, he wanted a cool picture down here. It was real quick. Turn them on, turn them off, and again, I figured, hey, we're in a free location right down here. There's no other civilians around. Nobody's gonna think he's a cop. They're
I don't
with the
think they
show.
all-
They're with the
Yeah, I
show.
understand.
They understand he's not okay. We're pretty big into the scene.
No, and I
So
don't
it's a
have an
good,
issue with
wholesome
it.
family thing to
Really.
do. Like I said, we generally never turn them on at all because he knows, because I know what the laws are.
Yeah.
Okay,
So you-
and I
but
understand.
It's just the private property versus, and that's
And I
all
totally
that's had
get
to
it.
be is, hey, let me
I
get your
understand.
info,
I understand.
kick a
that.
warning, and we're
But
on our way.
There's, you know, I totally get that. There's a way to communicate with the citizens without coming on so strong. Okay, I deal with it a lot. Okay, I work with DOC. I work with a lot of different departments in the area. Okay, so I understand. But when I come into a situation, I try to get the information before I start coming on strong. And if I need to, then that's where we go to. Okay, but that's why I said
Well,
de-escalate
when I
a little
walk
bit. Well,
into the information-
I know, but he came in really hot. That's why I said,
I
man,
don't know how
de-escalate
he-
and calm down. I know, and I didn't record it, unfortunately. But you know,
He did. He's got body
I know,
cam.
and that's why I said he's got body cam. I can FOIA it if I have to.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you know, and in fact, I should have my body cam on right now, but I don't. So it is what it is. So again, it's usually a private property thing, and I understand. So I get where you guys are
being the
coming
big
from. I totally get where you guys are coming from. So that's why I'm trying to talk to you calm. And you were shaking a little bit there, so that was kind of worrying me. You know what I mean? You step up on me and you're shaking.
Well, I was trying to hear what you're saying.
Okay,
You're kind of a little
I'm
bit
talking
quiet.
calm because I want you guys to calm down. That's how you de-escalate. When somebody's getting heated, you try to calm them down, which is what I was doing.
No,
And
that's fine.
now we're talking calm, right? You're not shaking anymore.
Well, I also wasn't sure what was going to go on there because
I understand. You come onto a scene and you don't know what's going on. I
The
get
reason I
that.
stepped
But there's
in
no
is
need to
'cause
come
I
into the
hear-
scene hot.
and I didn't.
You came in warm. You came in warm.
I came
I'll
in
give
warm,
it.
but
Okay.
when I came in,
Okay.
I
So
hear
we're agreeing on that.
arguing
It wasn't necessarily arguing. Arguing is loud voices. It was him
An
trying to
argument can
demand
happen.
certain things.
An argument can happen with less loud voices.
I can understand. I can understand that. But at the same time, when you guys come on to something as a backup officer, you don't know what's going on. Okay, I completely understand that. Okay, but when it comes down to it, you guys got to be a little bit better when you come into the citizenry thing. Like trying to get her ID. He didn't witness her drive this car. I could say I drove that car. She could say he drove that car. Anybody could say that. You guys didn't witness that. There was no reasonable articulable suspicion that she needed to give an ID. That's a violation of the Fourth Amendment. Okay?
And I don't
I'm very
disagree.
strong on my civil rights. I'm very strong on other people's civil rights. There's a lot of police officers that are really good. So far, I'm giving you a B plus because you were a little bit hot. Like I said, warm. We'll call warm. You're a little warm, and you were shaking there, which was kind of freaking me out because when I see a guy with a gun shaking, it kind of freaks me out. I'm not saying you would pull it. The hood's still over, so we're good. You know what I mean? But you guys got to approach people with a little bit calmer manner, and you would get a lot better result from a lot more people. I'm telling you that. It works for me. I can tell that. I can tell you're pretty cool right now, okay? You got the Oakley glasses on, you chilling, all right? You know what I mean? I'm cool with that, all right? But, again, it's the way when you guys approach the scene, okay? If there's a lot of people around, I get that. You don't know what's going on, but you got to come in a little cooler. That's all I'm trying to get at, man. Education, not confrontation. You know what I'm saying?
And I don't disagree. I don't know, again, what happened with him once he got here. All I know is I pulled up. He was arguing. Disagreements.
There might that's better
We'll call
word
it
for it.
disagreements.
Wordage, you got wording is everything. So there was a little bit of a disagreement maybe on what was going on. Okay. And again, I was trying to simply explain to the officer, because I respect you guys. Hey, I understand you saw whatever you saw. I don't know what he saw because I wasn't him. But I've been here since he got here. We came together. The lights went on for a couple of seconds. A couple of people took pictures of it real quick, and he got shut right back off. That was it. There was no foul play. There was no ill intent. There was no popping. It's cool.
I don't understand why people like that.
It's a certain tune on the car. I don't know.
I don't get that. I feel like that's just
a little bit excessive is sometimes
annoying.
But it can be.
I just call it annoying. I can imagine driving.
I don't know how old you are. You're probably a little younger than me, but little Tikes things when you push them, and a little pop.
Yeah.
That's what I think of every time I hear one of them things popping by. But anyway, back to the subject at hand here. I understand it's illegal to run them on public street. I completely get that. Impersonating the officer, I understand how that all works.
I never said impersonating the officer.
He did. When he first rolled in, he said, "I got your I want your badge, your ID because you were illegally, doing the whole police officer thing." He doesn't have any logos on the car from any police department. That's part of the law. In order for it to be a marked vehicle like he said it was, his wording said. So that's why I say you got to have your facts. You got to know your rights. You know what I mean? You got to know our rights and all that stuff. You guys have the right to ask certain questions. I get that. We have the right to not answer certain questions. So, Fifth Amendment. I don't have to say shit that's going to incriminate myself. Were you driving that car? I can stay silent. You guys have to do the investigation. So in order for them to say he drove that car here, unless he admitted it, which he probably shouldn't have, because if I was involved with trying to block him from incriminating himself,
he's
then,
also the registered owner.
But anybody can drive a car. Anybody can flip a light switch. So unless somebody witnessed that happen, or you guys have physical proof that that happened, which is reasonable articulable suspicion, then you can get the IDs. I understand that. Okay? So that's what I'm trying to get at. We have rights, citizens have rights, police officers have a certain duty to do, but there's that line. Once you go over that line, you have crossed the line of now that puts a bad taste in my mouth about this particular officer, and once that keeps building up in people's minds, that's where that disconnect between law enforcement and citizenry happens. So again, I'm about education, not confrontation. I don't want to sit out here and argue with police or having like this guy. He came in really hot. I mean, I can tell he gray hair like me. He probably been on the force for a while. He dealt with some dumb shit, I'm sure. We're not doing dumb shit. You know what I mean? It's all innocent fun. It was in good faith. There was nobody trying to pull anybody over. Nobody saying, "Hey, get on the ground, motherfucker." It wasn't anything like that. That would be. And I understand.
I'm gonna get a lawyer.
Well,
because this isn't the only ones that have targeted him.
Well,
like CPD and all the other ones have told him, even if it's not private property or not, he's allowed to have his lights on because it's a car show and it's for the kids, as long as the car is not moving.
Right, but there's certain gray areas. There's certain gray areas in the law.
So we have different people telling us, different departments telling us different shit. So I'm just going to get a lawyer because people are targeting my son.
Well,
I wouldn't say it's targeting your son. It's more geared towards the car and the red and blues on the car.
You guys can look at it,
and it's not illegal to have an out of service police car, as long as it's not got any police department names on it and stuff like that. So, and again,
honestly, actually on that end, I don't know if that's entirely.
What was
I don't even know if that's entirely like having the police.
It can even say police on it, as long as it doesn't have a department or a law enforcement agency's name on it, or insignia, or insignias.
Yeah.
So I looked up the laws on it very, in fact, I got the ORC code on my phone. I sent it to him just so we can have it in case this shit ever happened. And there is very, gray areas in that impersonation with the lights and the blue lights and the red lights and amber lights to the front with white, amber lights and red to the back. And that's I understand all those restrictions. You're allowed to have clear and amber to the front. You're allowed to have red and clear and amber to the back. One license plate light illuminating license plate has to be white in color. We went through the whole ORC code. I went through it in fine depth and detail. So again, I am all about education. I want to educate myself so that when I know that something's happening, I know I have my facts.
Are you? Is it red on one side, blue on the other?
I don't know, honestly.
So what I would do, personal advice is if you make it red all the way across.
You guys got something going on up there. Might be more important than this. See, he's got whites, but that's it, takedown lights. But yeah, you got to pull the fuse off of that right in front of it. But anyway, your question.
Well,
or
so
your
what I was
statement. I'm
saying
sorry.
is if you went with red, if you're
Right,
like
all
doing
red,
like the,
right.
well, not necessarily all red. You don't have to switch to all red, but if you're doing like the corner lights,
Like
as
scene lighting.
the cruise lights or the
Right.
scene lighting, if you did that on all red, I think you'd have a little bit less issue.
Right.
Because there's a lot more leeway on the red
Right.
lighting
Yeah.
versus the blue.
Volunteer
Blue lighting-
firefighters, and there's a whole bunch of other people. And the Popo's the only ones that run the blue. So
Exactly.
right.
But I mean, it's even past the volunteer firefighters.
Watch that gun, man. Sorry.
It's even past the volunteer firefighters. I mean, if you look
Right.
at like the city of Columbus, they have their work trucks that are running the red lights. You have, tow trucks have
Yep.
red lights on light
Yep,
bar,
amber and
with
red.
the brake lights. I think you'd run into less issues.
Less
So
issues.
I don't know how often
Right.
you're running into issues with.
Not
this.
not really, because like I said, it's always on private property. When we do the car shows, it's we go to farms and rent out farms. You go to private property, rent out the properties, and have this is really absolutely nothing. We go to car shows where there's hundreds to thousands of cars, and it's all on private property. So, and again, it's one time, quick picture shots, real quick, and that was all it was, man. So no hard feelings towards you guys, none of that.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that, I don't say there's ill intent in that.
Right.
Dude, trust me, I get it. I'm a
Right.
car guy. I love cars.
Right, and it's just a cool thing.
It's just one of those.
And I understand you get right, and that's why I was like, you know what, fuck it. There isn't a lot of people around. We're not on the road. Do it real quick. And I guess it's my fault. I mean, as his father, I probably shouldn't have said that. But
you know what?
It
But
is
again,
what it is.
Being a car guy, I get it. I'm not.
And honestly, my vest is in the back. I wear the same uniform every day, all day long. So I understand what you guys are doing. I respect you guys 100%. I'm not a police officer, but I deal with DOC. I deal with a lot of other fun stuff too. So, but I've gone through the whole police academy. I know my rights. I did the whole civil rights, law enforcement, law, and all that crap. So,
Out of curiosity,
anyway.
you said you went through the police academy. Why not get in? It's a good
Because
job.
I make more money.
That's fair.
I work government contracts, man. I work government contracts, and if I see something, I don't have to get involved.
That's fair.
So, I mean, I don't have the pension and all that fun stuff you guys have, and qualified immunity and all that good jazz, but,
With the government contracting, I mean, if you make enough,
That's money.
you can put the money away.
Yeah, it's money.
You more or less have the pension.
if I was working city, small city cops, I'm right there with them. So, and I don't have to get involved with anything. I get nights and weekends off, work Monday through Friday, no holidays. Federal contracts, good pay.
Doing federal contracts?
Federal contracts. So that's what I said. I work with DOC, I work with federal prisoners and all kinds of different fun stuff. So I deal with murderers and rapists and all that shit, just like you guys do, just while they're
You deal with
aged up.
transports? Or?
Oh, no. I deal with mental and drug problem for the most part. Those are the guys I deal with. So just keeping them under control, basically.
That's fair.
So, and again, I understand you guys got a job to do, but there's that boundary where, again, the citizens of the United States have kind of got a disconnect. As you see, there's a lot of anti-police people out there. You can't disagree with that, right?
No.
So, and I get it. People look at me and instantly think I'm a cop. I got a badge, I got a gun, and the vest and all that shit. And if I'm out, on my way in or out of work or whatever, people are instantly like, oh, I got the fuck cop. I get the attitude. I get people talking shit to me. I get it. You know what I mean? So, but at the same time, we've got to have a little bit better approach to people, I think, especially with Officer, I'll just call him, I don't know what his name is, but he never identified himself. So,
prosecutor hasn't called me back or anything, but here's what I recommend to you. And if you're going to use this vehicle for show vehicles or for car shows or whatever, totally fine. But the way the law is written is that it says a vehicle cannot be operated unless it's done so by a sworn law enforcement officer, somebody with the task of enforcing traffic laws, to drive or operate a vehicle that is equipped with red and blue flashing lights.
can you define what operate is in the ORC code?
Yeah, it means drive.
And he wasn't driving the car.
No, I just...
And the car wasn't running.
If I finish talking to him, since I really don't have anything to do with this right now.
What was your name again, sir?
My name is Detective Carl Roberts.
Okay.
529 is my badge number.
Okay.
And what's your name?
I don't have to give that to you, sir.
Okay, so then I don't really need to interact with
That's
you.
fine. Have a
My
good day.
point being, and what before I was so rudely interrupted.
Didn't rudely interrupt you, sir.
did,
Okay,
and
keep
you're doing it
continue.
again. So
Just
here's
calm
what I'm
down,
telling
bud.
you.
Calm down, man. He's an asshole.
Here's what I'm telling you.
I mean,
this car somebody could actually pull you over and probably arrest you very successfully. And you might beat the rap, but you won't beat the ride.
So he's a detective?
Driving this around.
Wow.
Driving
That's
this
scary,
around.
man.
Right.
As a,
the way he talks to people.
I'm not talking to you. Continue. I'm talking to this guy because he needs to.
He's
so
finish
all
up
I'm saying is that you
dismissed.
got to be careful with this because
Who's your
somebody might not
supervisor?
be as nice.
Can you tell me who his supervisor is?
His supervisor,
I understand.
Because I want to get that
I'm not
camera.
entirely sure who you want to call on that one. We have
Who's whatever you guys got, watch, command watch, or lieutenant?
I would call our lieutenant, but he's only here.
What's his last name?
Conkle. He's only here Monday through Friday.
Very rarely.
Well, and honestly, I mean, what put me into a bad mood with Perry Township, and I'll get real with you. All right, we're good. He should be doing a job. The citizens are paying him out of my taxes. But Perry Township, this has probably been 20-something years ago. I got pulled over for looking at a cop out the window of my car. This is back when you guys were running counterfeits. Right? So probably like 20, not even 2020-ish. But anyway, I got pulled over. This guy was screaming and yelling in my face, "You got a fucking problem with the way I drive my car, motherfucker?" That really put me off. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Pendleton's still with you guys or not. I was, like I said, 20 years ago probably, so Pendleton's probably long retired by now. So
It's
Pendleton? Yeah. Yeah. So I talked with that guy. You know, like I said, I've got respect for you guys when you guys give the citizens respect. You're cool, right? You're cool with me right now. You know, you're chilling, you got your arm in your vest now, you're not shaking anymore. We're cool. You know what I mean? I understand. You come into a situation, the adrenaline starts dumping and shit like that, but this dude's kind of calm down, man. If he needs to be a detective, they gotta take him off the street. They gotta take him off the street. For real, man. I mean, that's...
So what I would do is, if you guys have a complaint,
I do.
Call into our, call into the police department. I'll give you a business card.
Yeah, that'd be great. If he's got one, I need one of his too, but I don't want to ask him. If you could get one of his for me, that'd be great.
You got a business card? Yeah, of course. That's mine.
Cool.
You need to be a detective.
All right, yeah, man, you're cool. I don't know, what's your rank? You just a patrolman?
I'm just a patrol officer.
That's cool.
But it is a weird situation.
I understand.
And it's definitely, it is put on the gray line.
And that's why I was trying to come out and de-escalate, man, and just get him to calm down and listen for like 2 seconds like you have. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he hadn't shown up and it was me and you, this would have gone a whole different way, man. I honestly believe that. He's just got to calm down. He got the military haircut. Dude, he's not like, you know, we're just citizens, man. We're not criminals. You know,
it's a traffic thing. It's not even
but it's not really even a pullover. I mean, it wasn't really even a traffic stop to be technical. He wasn't in the car. The car wasn't moving. Keys weren't in ignition, and all that. So I mean, it is what it is. But
and I don't know what the specific section with the red and blue lights is. I don't know if it's an operate or just a period equipment thing. I couldn't tell you, to be honest.
I've read into it. Like I said, I pulled the ORC code when we were setting it up for the car shows and everything. But you know, it is what it is. Like I said, it's just a matter of how people approach other people. And that was all. So you guys are dismissed.
Are you good? Yeah.
All right. Buckle and bounce.
You got a business card?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we never got that, did we? I asked him to ask you. You don't have a good...
I have one of yours?
Yeah. Why are you shaking, man?
Who's shaking?
You are. You're shaking and he was shaking, dude. All right.
I'm old. I got chills.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, me too. All right, you guys are dismissed. We're good.
Have a great one.
All right, man. You're good. All right, man. Appreciate you.
I would just be careful.
I know, and I understand that, man.
Just make sure it's private property. If you're on private property, you're not
100% agreement.
I get it, but it's just in the future.
Amen, bro. We're good. It won't happen again. I promise you that. So, all right.
So what's the thread that connects all of these clips? It's something deeper than just know your rights. We say that all the time on this channel, and it's crucial. But what we saw today is the other more important half of the equation. Knowing your rights is the shield, but your composure is the sword, sorta. Think about it. In every situation, the auditor and the father didn't just know the law, they mastered their own response. When faced with aggression, they responded with calm. When faced with demands, they responded with questions. When faced with intimidation, they responded with unshakable principle. That composure is a superpower. It does two things. First, it prevents them from making a mistake. They don't give illegal orders a foothold. They don't consent to searches. And they don't get tricked into identifying themselves without cause. Second, it highlights the unreasonableness of the other party. The calm citizen makes the agitated officer look unprofessional and out of control. The lesson here isn't just to memorize amendments. It's to practice control over your own fear and anger. True strength, the kind that wins these encounters and creates change, doesn't come from being the loudest person in the room. It comes from being the most centered and principled. Knowledge is your foundation, but calm composure is how you build a fortress on top of it. We witness today that the most powerful tool for accountability isn't just a camera. It's a citizen who is both informed and in control. The auditor in the lobby, the father at the car show, they provided a blueprint for all of us. What did you think? Which encounter stood out the most to you?